Hey there everyone, this is Michael Dougal, your Greater Toronto Area real estate resource, and in this video you're going to learn about 5 factors that would adjust our real estate market, because throughout the past year we've seen a fairly low number of transactions take place and a lot of question marks around what could potentially draw in more buyers to go ahead and start purchasing again when there's such a large supply of listings for sale. We expected that the last interest rate decrease to have some sort of positive impact on our market, although even though this was the first interest rate decrease that took place in a long while, the market really hasn't changed for the better with respect to being a homeowner looking to sell your property. So although everybody may believe that once the interest rates decrease, the market may pick up, that just may not be the case, and I'm going to cover some other factors that may be determining whether or not property values increase or decrease, and whether or not sales activity does increase as well. And the very first factor is that we would need a decrease in housing supply. You see, right now, not only do we have many listings for sale in the resale market, but also pre-construction. There's a lot of new construction homes which are for sale, and new construction home sales are actually the lowest they've been in over 20 years apparently, based on the number of units that have been sold throughout the first half of the year. And at the same time, we have the most number of listings that we've seen in the Greater Toronto Area throughout the past decades. So right now we have all this product for sale, not enough purchasers. Now the good news is that it's not as if this supply of listings need to sell for them to be off the market. It could just be such that the homeowners decide, okay, I'm not going to get my price now, I'm going to delist my property. Or builders for the new construction homes may decide to postpone sales to the future once the prices do increase. So all things considered, we would need to see less homes for sale in the MLS, as well as less units available from builders. The second factor that could be responsible for us seeing more sales here in the real estate market would be an increase in housing demand. And there's a lot of reasons why there could be an increase in housing demand. It could be that the average rental price increases, and then it's just more likely that people figure they should buy a property instead of continuing to pay rent and pay somebody else's mortgage. At the same time, it could be population growth. Of course, that could contribute to more housing demand because more people would need homes. And there's a lot of different factors that would factor into whether or not there is an increase in housing demand. Things like population growth, things like improvements in the economy, of course, interest rates has to do to some extent. And then another factor people may not consider is lifestyle changes. For example, as more individuals started to work remotely versus working in office or at a job site, it made it more important for them to have a larger property so that they could have that dedicated workspace they need to work efficiently at home. And the third factor would be market predictions, as well as expectations for the future. And whether or not we'd like to admit it, it definitely does matter what we're hearing in the media and what our friends and our family members and our peer group is saying. Because when prices seem to be increasing, everyone wants to get in the market because they think that prices may increase in the future. And right now, we mostly have like pessimistic headlines, talk about the real estate market coming down, the average price coming down more so. So it makes sense why a lot of buyers would not be wanting to go ahead and purchase, because they figure if I can wait a little bit longer, the average price may come down a little bit more. So depending on what we're hearing out there, the media, and this a lot has to do with the economy and what's happening globally throughout the world, this actually does result in different buying behavior throughout the market. And if there's anything that surprised me throughout the past 11 plus years I've been selling real estate, is that during the springtime, the average price is high. There is every reason to not purchase because it's such a favorable market for the sellers, yet most buyers are still in the market. In fact, I bought my first property as well during the high time in the spring markets. So there's something to be said about when everybody's purchasing and that excitement, we as well want to purchase as buyers. The fourth factor to consider are government incentives, as well as different policies that are put in place. And now, unfortunately, usually when the government wants to intervene, the market only seems to get worse. Like, for example, during the year of 2017, when the government decided to intervene, and what they started doing was putting a tax on any foreign purchasers that decided to buy here in Ontario. And that overnight completely switched our market up. We saw the average price drop in half in some areas, and as well as listings were not selling, buyers were backing out of deals. And although it's good to stay optimistic, we've also seen the government do some decent things to the market to help out first-time buyers or help out individuals that have a significant amount of money in their RRSPs. But usually the policies or incentives are nothing too significant for it to make a real change in the marketplace. And the fifth factor would be economic as well as external factors. So of course we have to account for inflation. If inflation takes place, individuals have less money to put towards their purchase of a property. As well, if we were to see improvements with things like job growth, with wage improvements, as well as changes in the unemployment rate for the better or for the worse, this could have an effect on our market, as well as the economy as a whole. If wars are happening, if there's bad politics, or if the stock market were to crash, for example, that could contribute to a lot of buyers having less money available for them to put towards towards their purchase. The great news is that if you are a seller, you'll be happy to know that there are still listings selling over the asking price, just depending on where your property is located, as well as the property style and the price. So it is best if you consult with a real estate professional for you to better understand whether or not you're better listing your property now or listing your property in the future. And if you are a buyer looking to capitalize on this real estate market right now, make sure to call me. My clients get excellent service. You can reach me at 416-671-5218. And if you're a real estate agent looking for a great brokerage, make sure to reach out to me to learn more about what eXp Realty, as well as my organization, can offer you, can support you in building your business. Do subscribe if you found the video informative. Make sure to connect with me on Instagram. I thank you for your support, and I look forward to seeing you next time.